turning Deuce slowly into an overland rig. It's appealing because although we love the camper, we love hauling the camper places, there's definitely pros and cons with that. And one of the main cons is cost. So the fuel expense and then plus where you can get the camper is usually places where you have to pay you know, depending on where you stay, anywhere from $20 to $80. This is appealing because there's the fuel mileage drops, or I guess raises technically considerably.
Or the double.
A lot of the places that you can go with this are a lot more inexpensive and a lot more accessible to just kind of hopping in and going. And so we're going to give it a shot. We're going up to Russellville this weekend to visit our son. He's got one of his first football games. Where we live in Arkansas, where Russellville is right by the Ozark National Forest, right? And so there's two halfway close. One is Ouachita and one is Ozark. And this one should be the Ozark. So we're gonna go explore a little bit because we've never been. So we'll see how much Deuce can access through these Forest Service roads. And we're gonna give it a shot for the night and see if we can sleep in the back of the truck. We got a few things as far as gear is concerned and built out some cabinets, and so we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. And hopefully this turns into something that'll be many years of a lot more inexpensive travel.
New adventures.
New adventures. The new adventures of David and Erin. We are in the Ozark National Forest. Very first time, and this is our first trip of getting off on some of these forest roads. And I used, upon recommendation by several people that we've watched, I've used Gaia GPS, but it's clear that I'm a newbie. This is definitely a lot more, a lot rougher of a first road that I've wanted for our very first one. So we weren't exactly prepared for this. It's not terrible. I mean, it's okay right now, but it's just definitely more than I was expecting for our first go around.
Water is sure sloshing this.
All right, I don't know why I was not recording, but we got to one of the...
Better that we weren't.
Probably better that we weren't. But we got to one of the T's that got on a more graded road. That was not fun. We may have just completely destroyed the truck. I don't really know. But Deuce did it. He got up, but we scraped bottom a few times.
Yep.
So
There's definitely some hairy moments.
lesson learned from this is, well, and I'll stop and show the view.
Beautiful.
The view is really nice. The map legend on Gaia, stick to the, if you're not set up for four-wheel driving or not lifted up at least a little bit, stick to the pretty well graded roads, because that was intimidating. Not what we wanted for our very first trip. Yikes.
Oh, there's a river down there.
Is it?
Yeah. It's just the sounds of it are awful.
This is not what we bargained for. Okay, so we pretty much got our rear ends handed to us on that trail. We stopped. Matter of fact, the clip that you saw of us going under the tree, we made it, I don't know, maybe 100 feet past that, and there was looked like another one. The tree actually was cut, so the path was open, but there was a big rock up in the middle of the road, buried, that a big one, that we're just not set up to clear that kind of, to have that kind of clearance. We tried to get around it, but it hit the running boards, and so we just backed out. I backed up the hill, and then we had a big old adventure of trying to get it spun around. We turned it around where that tree had fallen, and there was not much room. I basically had to clear a path and do about a 600 point turn to get it around. I did have a casualty, first dent on Deuce. So Deuce we're all licking our wounds. So we came back to kind of the better road and found an open clearing spot right here. So we're gonna set up camp for the night, get dinner going, and then find a little better way out of here in the morning.
Not go back the way we came.
Not going back the way we came, hopefully. So anyway, so we'll set up camp and then have dinner.
I could sit in this chair for 1,000 years and watch the woods consume the neighborhood, watch the ambitions come and go, surround me and engulf me. We could ditch the TV and spend a little more time reading books and singing songs on the porch, sit here watching the daylight wane, leaving little trace and even less memory. I just want to be still. I just want to be still. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever be free of these things that are weighing heavy on me, that keep me from doing or going on knowing the sun comes up, I go back to sleep.
Steak and potatoes.
In our so-called liberation.
Problem that we're trying to solve. I have this drawer cut out for that fridge. However, when it gets pretty hot, and I guess is on for a while, it starts to overheat and can't keep up because of the compressor. So I've added a screen, and then when it's closed, I've added this fan that will kick on and start sucking some of the heat out, but it's still not enough. But it's getting there. We're at 41 now. It got up a little higher than I wanted it to, but all right, you ready to eat?
I'm ready to eat.
Pretty good sunset. Works out all right?
Time has hands brought us up to this point. It will carry us far beyond it until we are nothing. Sometimes I feel like we're just words on a page. Close your eyes and be still. Close your eyes and be still.
Well, we finished cleaning up dinner, which was wonderful. Got the tent set up on the truck. And so we're just chilling for a little bit. Sun's down and doing some pretty amazing colors. And I don't know, hopefully it's dark enough out here that we can actually see some good stars. So although it was an adventure of a day, it's not a bad spot to be in here. So day one, a few bumps and bruises and scrapes, but all in all, not too bad. Well, so we had our first night of overland camping using our power bank. We've got the EcoFlow River Pro, and we actually ran out of power this morning. So I set up the system, which I'll try to do a tour later, but I set up the system to where as we're driving down the road, the EcoFlow will charge as it's powering the fridge. And it seemed to work, although I think the fridge was working extra hard because it was just really hot, and I don't know that it's going to work, at least the way that I've got it ventilated right now. Anyway, so we ran out of power this morning, so a lot of lessons learned for this trip, but right now it's charging in the truck. We've got it running, and Erin's cooking breakfast, so all valuable lessons to learn. So we're gonna have to figure out our power management a lot better than what we have thus far. So, but overall it was a good night. It got down to probably low 60s. So just a touch chilly, but not bad. Super quiet. The stars were incredible. So I wasn't sure, when you look at like a light pollution map, I wasn't sure that there was a place in Arkansas where we could get really good view of the stars, but this was a good spot. It was a really good spot. So anyway, she's gonna finish breakfast, we're gonna eat, and then we're gonna try to head out of here and go see Aiden and do the whole football game thing. So this will be fun. This is what happens when you don't manage your power well. And yes, we're not quite as fancy as a lot of the guys out there using pour overs and French presses and all of that.
Come on, you can do it.
4 minutes.